What's up, guys? Rick from DFS On Demand here with your GC Cup preview for the Wyndham Championship. It's been a few weeks since I've made one of these. I was on my honeymoon, so I missed that week. Came back, recorded one, and the file was corrupt on me, so wasn't able to upload that. So it's probably been 2 weeks off. The good news for you, the bad news for me, is that you have not missed anything. Two goose eggs in a row, missing the cut. I think last week we missed the cut. I think we were like 72nd, where top 70 in ties get the GC Cup points. We are bearing down. This is the final leg before the playoffs, so we've really got to bear down here. So we're just going to reset. So let's talk about where we stand, get you up to date on everything. I'm currently in 88th place. Now this runs just like the FedEx Cup playoffs, right? So for the first playoff event, the top 125 are going to get in. So we're well within that cut line. We have 442 points. 125th is 324. So we're a good, what is that? 110, 100 and something points up. So we're definitely going to make that first playoff event, which is nice. Actually, look at the names right here on the cut line. Eric, our buddy Eric Patterson, E Patterson FS. He's 124th, so he's right there. Great White Buffalo, that's Josh from Gup's Corner. He's 123rd, so those two are very much right in the mix for having to sweat it out this week. We are not sweating it out, although I don't like our position whatsoever. So here we are. We're in 88th, so we'll make the first cut here, which is 125. We'll get in. We've earned 7 total points over the last 5 weeks. That is obviously just not going to cut it. It just hasn't been good enough. We just haven't gotten enough players through. It's been bad. So the next leg of this, so let's see here. The next leg is going to be the Northern Trust. So that'll be next week, and you'll have to be in the top 70 for that. So we are about 100 points off from current 70th place right now. So 100 points off, meaning that we probably have to make up a little ground this week. I'd love to get ourselves in there. So let's see. So 100 points would be what? A 6th place finish. So 6th place would give us 100 points. 5th would give us 110, 4th 135, 3rd 190, 2nd 300, 1st 500. So certainly not. Anything can happen, right? Like if I miss the cut this week and then go out and win next week, we'll continue into the playoffs. But what is more likely is that it's going to take probably, I don't know, it might take 2 top 10s basically, right? So you get 70, maybe not, maybe 2 top 13s. If I get 60 points this week, 60 points next week, I make up the 100-point ground plus anything else that the field makes over the course of the next 2 starts. So 120 points might be enough to make up ground there. So I probably need 2 top 15, maybe 2 top 10 finishes over the course of the week, or of course, go out and win one of these, something like that. But that's kind of what we're staring at. So all things considered, very likely that we make the first leg of the playoffs. It's probably unlikely that we make the second leg. It was certainly with the way we've been going. I think it's less, more likely than not that we actually miss the second leg. And then to get to like the Tour Championship or the GC Cup Championship, which would be the top 30 at this point, we're going to need a hell of a run over the next 3 weeks. That's very unlikely for us to get there. So that's kind of what we're staring at. So here is the 6 guys that we'll put our faith in this week. I feel like I've been overthinking ownership a little bit too much recently, especially in a small field of only 144 guys. Tried to get back to where we found success earlier in the season, which was typically a more balanced build, because getting 6 guys through almost guarantees you like a top 25 in this contest. So staying away from the stars and scrubs that has not worked out over the course of the last month or so, going back to a more balanced build. So we don't have anyone over 10K. We started with Paul Casey, who, as you guys have probably heard me say a bunch this week, driving accuracy is going to be so critical, and no one racks up the total driving numbers like Paul Casey does, right? I mean, he's long, he's straight, he can hit his irons well. He's got decent finishes. That's my dog barking at a Amazon delivery. All right, let's try that again. 4 decent finishes in a row, right? A couple of top 25s, a couple top 25s, had that T5, the Traveler, so he's not playing poorly. We have seen him blow up a little bit. He made a couple big numbers at the Open Championship that kind of kept him out of contention. Just a really solid golfer, especially in this field. Feels like someone that could absolutely contend here at the Wyndham. I then went back to another $9,000 guy, Chez Reavie. Really interested to see what this ownership looks like this week. Absolutely breaks my model. He should be the perfect fit for this course. But his performance on this course dictates otherwise. He hasn't been good at all. He's missed 3 of his last 4 cuts here at Sedgefield. Also missed a couple of cuts coming in. Finally got it going last week. Obviously, it was a no-cut event, but the T27 at the WGC. So I'm really interested to see what the industry does on Reavie, and if they will just look at his performances, or they'll kind of look at his skill set. So I plugged him in. Glover, $8,700. He's probably going to be super chalky again. He didn't break my model in the same way that Chez Reavie did, but continues to play well. He plays well on par 4s. He's accurate off the tee. His last 3 starts are a 7th place finish, a 10th place finish, and a 20th. So he gets to come to this weaker field. And, I'm not sure he can actually win the thing, but like a top 10 would be great. And then Russ Henley this is where things start to get really volatile here. A little riskier. So Henley's been absolutely brutal. Okay, he's been absolutely brutal this year. I'm hoping he's starting to turn things around. 2nd place at the John Deere, T15 at the Barracuda are his 2 most recent starts. And again, it's about the key stats here. It's about him being accurate off the tee, historically better on par 4s than what we might have seen this year. So it's hoping to catch him on the rebound a little bit. Doc Redman's just been awesome. I mean, he's got his status for next year, but he won't be in the playoffs. You go back to his 2nd place finish at the Rocket Mortgage, 20th at the Open Championship. I mean, the kid's been really, really good. Only $7,600 here. And then Landry, who is a guy we've played a lot over the course of the last month. We've gotten him probably wrong more than we've gotten him right. I think the only week we didn't play him was the 3rd place finish at the John Deere Classic. Did miss the cut at the Barracuda, but if you look at it, it was a brutal 78 in round 1 that sunk him. It was a 60. He rebounded with a 66 on Friday, but it wasn't good enough. So if you just go back and look at his last 5 of his last 6 rounds are 65, 65, 67, 66, 69. Like that's some good golf he's been playing recently. He hits the ball very straight off the tee. I think he can find success here for only $6,800. So that's the build I'm going with. These videos are coming to an end one way or another, whether they end a week or 2 short, because we are probably playing ourselves out of contention here. So we need a good week this week. Barring what happens this week, we really need a good one next week at the first start of the playoffs, and then we'll see if we're going to continue down the road to the final 2 legs. So there you go. Tweet me. It's at RickRunGood, or leave a comment below. Talk to you soon. See ya.